Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Meredith and this is Meredith Making Magic. And today I'm sharing a few high-end looking DIYs for fall, but everything is either thrifted from the Dollar Tree or just super budget friendly. I'm going to share some of my favorite tips and tricks for how to take inexpensive holiday decor and transform it into something elevated and unique. We are going to be making leaves from thrifted book pages, transform cheap plastic pumpkins into pottery-inspired decor. We are also going to create some blue and white Chinoiserie pumpkins using the famous Dollar Tree foam pumpkins. Most of these projects came together over several cozy crafting days, so enjoy the vlog style format with lots of fall vibes. I can't wait to get into it, so let's go. I wanted to show you a few little things that I've collected over the past week to add to my fall decor and DIYs that I'm working on. First, I'm going to show you the pieces that I found at the thrift store. I wanted to add a few new fall floral arrangements to my mantle this year, so I thrifted some glass pieces that I can DIY into something really beautiful. So I thrifted 3 vases. I have this big vase. I got each of my vases for $2 each. Then I got this vase. I love the texture on it. This vase is more of a medium size, and this last vase was such a perfect find for fall decor. It's short and it's perfectly pumpkin shaped with little ridges. So I'm so excited to use this for a DIY as well. Candle lighting is so cozy and magical, and I love incorporating it into my mantle and tablescapes every year. I thrifted these glass pieces for $1 each. I thought they would be perfect to put candlesticks in. I couldn't pass these up at $1 each. I think they're so elegant and they're going to be a fun piece to add into my decor. I can't wait to show you what I've planned to do with all of these vases, so I hope that you stick around to see the transformation. I also found a few beautiful fall pieces at Walmart. I loved this blush eucalyptus branch, and I found this at Walmart. I think this is going to be the perfect color to add into my decor. I've been wanting to add more leaves into my decor, and I found this garland. It's a 6-foot garland. It was $6 at Walmart. It has the cream leaves and then brown tone leaves. So I'm excited to incorporate this into my decor this year as well. Of course, I had to go to Hobby Lobby so that I could get materials to bring all of my DIY visions to life. I'm going to start with the florals. Picked up a couple of fall florals that I can display in the vases that I thrifted. Have this orange eucalyptus leaf branch. Have this burnt orange floral branch. I don't know what kind of flower this is, but they were in with the fall florals, and I thought they added a fun color and texture to my arrangement. Some of these blueberry branches, and I just love the way that all of these colors and textures look together. Okay, the last thing I got from Hobby Lobby was some knit fabric to make pumpkins out of. So I got this beautiful dark navy blue velvet. I have this cream knit fabric. And then I have this kind of rust orange color. I think these colors all look so beautiful together. When I started painting my pumpkins the other day, I realized I was getting low on a lot of my orange colors of paint. So I picked up a few more bottles of orange. I've got spiced pumpkin, salted caramel. I picked up a selection of brown acrylic paint that I can use for stems or mixing into oranges to get different shades. And I also picked up a big bottle of white paint since I seem to be constantly running out of this. The last item I purchased is from Amazon, and this is an item to use in my DIYs, but I picked up a package of these assorted blue Chinoiserie napkins, and I'm going to be using this in a couple different DIYs to tie in some fun blue floral patterns into my fall decor. The first craft that I want to DIY to add to my decor this year is paper leaves. I have these vintage book pages left over from a different craft, and I was thinking I could turn these into paper leaves to add into my fall decor. I traced some silhouettes of leaves that I found online, a few different shapes, and I'm going to trace these onto the book pages, cut them out. I will add a little bit of texture with some crumpling and folding, and then I will draw in some leaf veins and a little bit of shading with a colored pencil. My plan is to hot glue a wire stem to the back of the leaves so that I can add them into garlands, pose them, and move them the way that I want. I'm just going to get started with a couple of book pages and start tracing different leaves onto these. I searched for leaf silhouettes on Google. I tried to find them in a variety of shapes. I used parchment paper to trace my leaf patterns onto my book pages. To add some color and detail to my leaves, I used a brown color pencil. I lightly shaded around the edges of my leaf and then drew in leaf veins in the center. Get creative with your leaves and use what you have. You could tint the pages different colors with tea bags or watercolor paints. After coloring, I cut out along the edge of my leaf. I found it easier to color the edges of my leaf before cutting them out. You might want to put on a movie or an audiobook because you are going to need to make a lot of these leaves. Yesterday, I spent a lot of time cutting out and coloring these leaves onto book pages. You could just leave the leaves plain and just do the book pages that was just like this. I think the leaves are already starting to look really nice, but I want to add a little bit more texture to them. So what I'm doing is I will be adding some folds and crinkles to the leaves. And then I glued a piece of floral wire to the back so I can kind of bend them, shape them, stick them onto different garlands or arrangements. After I made enough leaves for a little leaf pile, it was time to finish the leaves by adding some folds and a wire stem. I wanted the folds of my leaves to add dimension to the leaf veins. I started by folding my leaves in half, and then I accordion folded my leaf in opposite directions. After I opened it, I pinched the leaves at the corners just to add a little bit more shape and volume. For the leaves with the rounded edges, I just crumpled it into a ball to add some texture. I took some thin floral wire and added a line of hot glue to the center back of the leaf and carefully pressed the wire into the glue. After the glue was dried, I redefined some of my For my next project, I'm going to be painting some pumpkins. I have a selection of pumpkins that I got at the Dollar Tree last year for a few DIYs and had a couple left over. I have these ones, and I have these little ceramic pumpkins, classic styrofoam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I picked these pumpkins up this year from Hobby Lobby, and I thought this had a good selection of shapes and sizes so I could make some more filler pumpkins for my mantle. I'm gonna open this bag up so I can show you a few of these pumpkins. So it looks like I have 3 of this larger size of pumpkin. And then there are 4 of these little ones, which are so cute. I'm going to start by painting these pumpkins. I think I'm going to try using this spiced pumpkin acrylic paint and mixing it with this brown. these are how the pumpkins are looking with the first coat of paint. It's a little bit streaky, so I'm definitely going to go in with one more coat. To really transform these pumpkins, they needed a new stem. The little plastic stem just makes them look cheap. I took some air dried clay and wrapped it around the plastic stem and shaped it on top of the existing one. I went in at the end with my paintbrush to add some lines and texture. After letting the stems dry fully overnight, I took a damp paper towel to clean up any clay that got onto the pumpkin, and then I painted the stems brown. For two of my pumpkins, I wanted to add some floral details. I like to paint one element at a time to make sure they get evenly spaced out over the pumpkin. To make these pumpkins extra special, I wanted to add brown glitter to the stems. I painted the entire stem with a layer of Mod Podge, and then I poured glitter over top. While I had my paints out, I prepped these styrofoam pumpkins for my next DIY. Each pumpkin needed several coats of white paint to cover up the bright orange. I have these Dollar Tree styrofoam pumpkins that I painted with 2 to 3 coats of white paint. And then I purchased a package of assorted blue Chinoiserie napkins from Amazon. I think there's about 6 different patterns in this package, and I am going to Mod Podge these patterns onto the pumpkins. I am so excited for this DIY. I think it's going to be super cute. While I wait for the last coat of acrylic paint to dry on those pumpkins, I'm going to open up this package of napkins and see all the patterns that I have in here and decide which ones I want to apply to these pumpkins. I have a lot of really beautiful patterns to choose from right here. It's going to be hard to pick my favorites. For my 2 white pumpkins, I've chosen to go with this floral design and this floral design. I wanted to go with smaller floral prints since these are smaller pumpkins, and I thought it would be a good contrast to do one napkin that has slightly a darker profile and one with a lighter, more delicate profile. For this project, I am also going to be using Mod Podge to apply the napkins to the pumpkins. I'm going to take my first napkin, unfold it, and then gently peel the 2 layers of napkin apart. And then I have this, and I'm going to cut my different floral designs out of this piece. Now that I have several flowers cut out and ready to go, I'm taking some Mod Podge and I will use this to apply the flowers to my pumpkin. I start by painting a small area of the pumpkin with Mod Podge and then positioning my flower piece on top. I gently press the napkin into the glue and then I paint another layer of Mod Podge on top. This DIY is a little like putting together a puzzle. Before I add the glue to the pumpkin, I find the perfect flower piece and position. It's helpful to have different sizes of flowers cut out to help you fill in different areas. Time to give this Dollar Tree pumpkin a stem upgrade. Once again, I'm taking my air dry clay and shaping it on top of the existing stem. I wanted these stems to look elegant and whimsical, so I gave them curly stems. I was torn between giving these pumpkins blue stems or gold stems. I tried the blue paint first but didn't love how it looked, so I painted a bronze gold color on top. I think it really finished this pumpkin off nicely. I hope you loved all of these fun fall DIYs. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments, and please tag me if this inspired you to create your own fall decor this year. I'd love to see what you create. In the next video, I will be using all of the pieces I just created when I decorate my mantle for fall. I'll show you how I styled everything. Plus, I have 2 more fall DIYs. I'll be making a DIY fall garland and a stunning fall floral arrangement with a $2 thrifted vase. I can't wait to show you how everything came together. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it.